And even if they don't leash, I don't think below Master 200, 300 you're ever gonna get this. Because this is a very high elo thing to stay here, to queue over the wall, to back off on the laney phase. It's a very high elo thing. Plus, if you think about it, if you really think about it, you're Ezreal. You can just go like this, you stay here, you throw Q in the brush, and then you just go. Like it's safe, right? So either ways, generally speaking, I would not be scared. If you are scared, you can just ward very early. But are you an AD carry main struggling to make an impact in your games? Is your damage output disappointingly low, leaving you feeling frustrated and powerless in the role you love? Introducing our specialized coaching program designed to supercharge your AD carry performance. Imagine a world where your damage, decision making and farming skills are 10 times better and the outcome of your games is no longer left to chance. Meet Chase, just like you, he was once stuck in the same position, facing low damage and inconsistency in his games. Let's see what happened after his coaching experience, from Diamond 4 to Master Tier. Wow! And here is Jordan and Brett, both transformed into formidable AD carry after the coaching session. These success stories aren't just isolated cases, they are a part of a community of over 3,243 players who benefited from the coaching program. If it worked for them, why not for you? Picture yourself as an unstoppable AD carry. It's not a dream, it's your potential with the coaching session. Don't wait any longer, visit Visite.com, book your coaching and become the AD carry the enemy team hates to play against. It really depends on how much HP you have, really depends on how much mana and how much gold. A situation where you're 1 HP and you know if you go there you're most likely gonna die, you can ignore. A situation where you have 1.5k gold but you have full HP, full mana and you see he's doing Drake and he needs you, you can consider staying. So you need to be flexible. There is no one-way solution kind of thing. Okay, the coach told me always follow my stupid teammate. No, I mean if you know you're gonna die there, don't follow. But I'm not saying never follow, because if you have enough HP and enough mana, he's doing Drake, you can consider staying and hovering for like 5 seconds, 6 seconds. So that's the solution. But in solo queue, a lot of shits are gonna happen. So the mindset that you should adopt is, let's not make this worse. My support died, no problem, he's a fucking idiot, let me just not make it worse. Or I can in, help him, die, and I just FF at 20 minutes. But no, we want to make sure we don't make it worse. As in, he died, what can I do now? Let me stay in the tower. Let me leave the tower. Maybe I should just reset. That's kind of the mentality that you should have.
So I feel like, to be honest, that I'm playing by the book.
Yes,
of competitive a lot. Like, you see stuff that happening at... actually, like, the best thing I can say is that I can't get the solo queue mindset. Like, I'm stuck and thinking that at competitive they will reset, they should reset here, but when I start resetting, my jungler starts doing Drake and I'm like, what the fuck I should do? I go there because I'm emotional and I die, and my lane gets fucked, my enemy laner goes like 3-0 and I can't do shit.
Yes. So you need to adopt a solo queue mentality, and this is also very hard for people that play this competitive. And what I tell them is that just imagine yourself, you're playing this game in Korea, okay? Korea in Emerald. Are they gonna reset? Are they gonna play slow? Are they gonna... Fuck no, they're on the 5 level 1, they're invading. Now they are here. So how am I gonna play AD carry if I play in Korea? That's how you wanna see solo queue. Because shit will happen and you need to follow some of the shits. It just depends on how big the shit is. As in, am I gonna follow a 2v5? No, I'm just gonna ignore. Am I gonna follow a 2v2 that is possibly a 3v3? Well, yeah, you can consider it. So just ask yourself, like, when you get in the game, just say to yourself, I'm in Korea, let me play this game. They will fight, so I need to make sure I'm not griefing and helping them every single time, because I will lose a lot of games like that. But I need to consider it, and if it's a good fight, I can consider hovering them. That's how you want to see it. Okay, so let's start this one. So you play Ezreal Karma against Caitlyn Tamkench. You need to just push this one, and you need to get prio. Why?
If I need to push and get prio.
Yes.
Obviously the prio is needed for Nunu to get the scuttle, for sure. It can be useful. And also, like, if you forget the junglers and think about the 2v2.
Yes.
But I don't like to think it this way. I always think about the jungle matchups as well when I play. But let's say that jungle doesn't exist this game. As a 2v2, you play for the slow pushes and for the plates, because you have, like, obviously Karma, which is a lane bully.
True.
And you make Caitlyn useless, because Caitlyn's job is exactly the same thing that she needs to play for the pushes, to get the prio, to get blades, to poke you. But as an Ezreal Karma, you can do this like 10 times better when they have a melee support as well.
So usually that's good. So you perma want to push theoretically, but of course you need to also think about the enemy jungle. So I would say that in the first 3 waves, you don't care about the enemy jungle because they will almost never gank you level 2. Fiddlesticks can't gank you level 2. So first 3 waves, you can do whatever you want with the wave. You don't need to think about the jungle. After the 3rd wave is crushed, it's different. You need to think about the jungle. But first 3 waves, the jungle doesn't exist.
The 3rd wave is the cannon, right?
The 3rd wave is the cannon wave, yes.
So after the first cannon wave, it's like you need to start thinking about the junglers.
Yes, because that's the moment earliest moment in the game where he might be able to gank you. Usually it's not going to happen, it will happen even
sometimes there are some junglers that do this, like when someone plays Jarvan at the enemy team, sometimes they when I have the wave boost, they come level 2.
Yeah, well, that's 1 out of maybe 20 games, so it's very, very rare. So in this case, you really need prio. So what can you do right now to like, you're already doing a mistake. Yeah, like.
Well, for sure, I didn't want to leash this.
True, but why didn't you tell him?
Chat ban.
Okay, so you have chat ban?
I tried with pings, I think, if you see. I tried like to tell him with pings. But even if I don't have a chat ban, sometimes I tell them that please not leash. But my support goes there, starts leashing, and I'm like kinda walk alone.
It depends on when you're actually getting, because you know I would ask actually in Champions Select, not now. Now it's a late. Because you know this guy is watching Pornhub on his screen, his AFK is gonna go here, is like ask him now. Can we please not leash? We lose the lane if we do, and you go directly on the lane. So when Karma looks
at the to some point you can communicate with SoloQ players. Like I always feel like they are tilted and they don't want to listen to you. So I don't even get to the I don't even get to try, you know.
From my experience, if you're super polite, they will listen most of the cases. I think 80% of my games, if I ask to not leash, they say yes, sure. But I don't say can we not leash, and they say sure. They're not so easy to if we can if we don't leash, and give him a reason. We hard lose lane if we do. So one, you say if is it okay, as in you're not like saying that you don't leash, you ask for permission and you tell him what's gonna happen if you leash.
Yeah.
But there is a difference if you ask like this, or if you ask like if you say like this, he's never gonna gank you bot, he's never gonna do anything. So it's kinda sucks that we have to leash here. Kinda sucks with this lane. You go for the blade. You know, you have to ask yourself if the threat of the all-in is big against Tamkench Caitlyn. Personally, I think that this is like double lift Uzi, or he goes longsword always here.
Yeah.
Because Tamkench Caitlyn is not really huge all-in.
I was thinking about the Tamkench W, you know, in case like. Well, actually with Ezreal, Tamkench W should never hit me, but...
That's the thing. And then Caitlyn as well, follow-up is very weak. If you play against Tristana Tamkench, I would be, okay, that's sure. You are scared. Got it, man. Draven Tamkench, okay, man, sure. You are scared. But like against Caitlyn Tamkench, I mean, what is she gonna do? Put a trap? She can, but she's not like, you know, we play against Aphelios Tamkench. Like pretty weak all-in threat, so you can greed a bit with the 3 potions. So you go for the leash. Okay, so you actually go like this, which is... Were you scared of the Tribush? Like they can be there?
Yeah, like if they... I was thinking that they'll probably leash Fiddle, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. But maybe like if they stay at the bush and they auto-attack me, and like a few auto-attacks at this lane can ruin it. If I go like even 70% HP at the lane.
If they just queue and then run away to the lane?
Yeah, I wanted to go full HP to this lane so I can get the prio.
True, but you also have the Mantra Q and you also have Ezreal Q. Plus, if you think about it, well, if you're super that scared, in general, you should have just worded when you were here. Like when they actually, if you remember when they came. Yeah, like, okay, so we had the word. Did they just take it? Yeah, usually I would just put the word here if you're super scared. But honestly, Caitlyn, Tam Kench, they can only like throw the Q on you and then run away, but majority of the cases they will just leash. And even if they don't leash, I don't think below master 200, 300 you're ever gonna get this, because this is a very high elo thing to stay here, to queue over the wall, to back off on the laney phase. It's a very high elo thing. Plus, if you think about it, if you really think about it, you're Ezreal. You can just go like this, you stay here, you throw Q in the brush, and then you just go. Like it's safe, right? So either ways, generally speaking, I would not be scared. If you are scared, you can just ward very early. But
do you think that it makes a big difference, like for the maybe 1 second I could be at the lane?
Well, you think it's like, I think it's more about like, this is basically 12 seconds, 13, and this is around 8. So I think it's more, it's like 4 to 5 seconds.
Okay, so
and you have to ask yourself, wait, does it matter? What did we say we have to do? Push, and we have karma. So it does this matter? Well, yeah, it does. It does. If you play like Yumi, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter. You can leash for more, but you play with karma. So this, what is happening right now, that we leashed, it's already bad. What happened right now, it's already not optimal. And let's see what we're gonna do here with the Qs. So what is the Ezra's job when you get in this lane at this point in time with the Qs? What should you do with the Qs?
As an Ezreal, the laning phase.
Yeah, in this case right here.
I'm late to the lanes.
True.
But the best thing I think you can do as an Ezreal is like, if you are at laning phase at the right time, you know? Because I think that the time I got to the lane kinda fucks me for the Qs.
Yes.
You can stay like in front of the melees and play for the poke. If you can do in a melee matchup, for example, you can abuse your range and hit the Tamkens so he can't even go close to the wave, so you can get the prio.
Okay, what does your passive do?
Attack speed. It gives attack speed. So if you hit
how much?
I don't know how much, but you can stack it like at five times. True. It gives a lot actually. Yeah, that's for sure. If you stack it fully.
True. So.
But I don't know like each stack how much attack speed it gives. I never looked at it, to be honest, and that's kinda my bad. I should know it, but.
Yeah. So it's 10%, and it stacks 5 times, as you can say. So you can actually get 50% attack speed for that, which is not small at all. So when you go into this lane, I mean, it's Tamkench, but you have to ask yourself, what is the most important thing that we need to do in this lane?
Yeah, it's to push.
It's to push. So if you go right here, if you go right now, right here, and actually I see you that you're actually queuing the Caitlyn, I immediately know that I'm watching a player that is below Master Tier 100%. Because the Master Tier will be like, okay, I'm playing against Caitlyn, I have karma, okay. If I just chunk a little bit Tamkench with a Q compared to if I get a push, what's the impact that I get by pushing the lane into them, pushing them into the tower, hitting the Q like a maniac on minions, or the impact to chunk the Caitlyn a little bit or the Tamkench a little bit. Yeah. So if you play it against
sometimes Q, like if I want the prio, it's better to use the Q on the wave.
Majority of the cases, unless they have like Yasuo and Alistar, in which case you walk up right here, you zone them with Q. Very rarely you should use the first Q on them. I would use first and second Q on the minions. If they are inting and Caitlyn is here, of course there are exceptions, but the first Q I would prefer it to get the push. Look at this here.
Okay, yeah. For some reason, I don't know. I always think about Ezreal that you need to hold Q as much as you can.
Yeah, that's not good, because if you hold Q, you don't have passive. And remember what we said: 50% attack speed. Yeah. That is 4 daggers. Look at this guy. Yeah,
true.
The moment he went in the lane, boom, Q.
Yeah.
He doesn't play, and it's Ezreal karma. And let's see if he goes for the second Q as well on the wave. He might. If Samara doesn't overextend, Q.
Yeah, he's stacking the passive. Yeah, right.
Boop, Q, 3. And now he's gonna go under the Samara with the Q, of course. So easy peasy.
Yeah.
Very, very, very important. And of course, if you hit the first Q on the minions and Samara stays right here, you can hit the second Q on Samara or even the first Q. But generally speaking, if you see Samara is staying behind the minions or enemy AD carry, and you can't really chunk them so much that you know you're gonna win the lane by that chunk, you should just look to go for the minions. So this is a big mistake that we immediately see below Diamond 1. Every player does with Ezreal. So this is the first thing that I see if an Ezreal is insanely good or if an Ezreal is just average. Because look what we did. Q. Yeah, true, but now we lose the push and now it's GG. Because if you lose the push, Karma can't use the mantra. If Karma can't use the mantra, it's GG. And now you're chilling. So this is already GG. So it was the leash. Well, the fact that we didn't ask, but again, you were chat restricted, so we can't really say that was a mistake. And then the Qs on the minions. Definitely a concept that we need to apply. So queuing the minions as Ezreal early on. Okay, good. Now you're gonna keep the wave here, they're gonna push. Again, here there is not really much you can do.
Sometimes, like, if I spam Q at the minions, I find myself being out of mana, you know?
Well, you don't need to spam Qs. Like, I'm talking just about first wave, when you need to get prio. And if you get prio there, you don't need to keep
okay, so you're talking like when you need the prio, you have to spam.
Yeah, and if you're about to fight, you need to...
If, let's say that I have the prio, and I have the push, or even the slow push to them, should I continue queuing, or should I, like, keep it if they come close to the minions to poke?
If you get the prio right here, so say you have 5 minions and they have 3 minions right here, then the only thing that I would do here, I would just walk up and try to zone them with the Q.
Yeah, okay,
if I see Nautilus, if I see my Nautilus is walking up and I'm about to fight, then I'll throw a Q on the minions so I can stack my passive, and then I'll go on them.
Okay.
So
the mistake is like the usage of passive, right?
Yes.
I need to think about my passive.
Yes. It's like if you know you're about to fight, like now it's Karma, so it's gonna be around poke. But if you know you're about to all in or about to fight, you should have the passive ready.
Yeah.
Or if you're about to, like, you're pushing for level 2 or you wanna get level 2, you should use secure minions. But if you already have the push and you wanna just poke and chill, then you don't need to just keep queuing the minions because you just waste your mana. So it's just utilizing your passive whenever you know you're gonna get in a fight, or whenever you know you need a lot of auto attacks on the minions so you can get the push.
So as an Ezreal, you decide, like, if you want to play for the all-in, so you stack the passive to all-in, or like you stack it for the push.
Yeah, exactly. Like here, for example, you have the push. This is good. Yeah. So this queue is nice. You have the push, you're zoning.
I get it.
Perfect. I wouldn't queue the minions because we have the push. Good. And then now this is how the lane should have looked level 1. This is how the lane should have looked.
Yeah.
So it's already very delayed. This is nice. And then here after you push this wave, you have 1k gold. So you don't have tier Shin. So, I mean, I wouldn't go tier Shin anyways. I think I would go tier double longsword. It's better. You missed a few minions. You should have get perfect back here. The thing is, you can stay here because she's pretty low, so you can pressure her. So I don't mind that you stay here. This is fine. This is okay. You need to hit the next WQ. Did you know that if you W or WQ or W auto, you get mana?
For W auto, are you sure? I think it's if you hit a spell.
Oh, is
it for W auto as
well?
WE.
I think it's WE. So it's... Let's see.
I think it's for a spell, if a spell hits.
So isn't E a spell?
Yeah, it counts and it's easy to hit, like WE.
Okay, his basic attack or ability against... No, 1 second. If the mark was detonated with an ability, so with either E or Q. Okay, so if you WE, you get 60 mana, which is pretty good.
Okay, so now I have a question that about the items. I always find myself asking, should I go Shin or should I go double longsword? Like, if you play for the push, you think that double longsword is better than Shin? Or is it every time, even for all in?
So what does Shin give? Let's go like this. What does Shin give? What does longsword give?
That's Sen.
Oh shit.
Sen. Like the most you can get out of Shin is the physical damage with the Q when you hit, right?
True.
But if you don't hit your Q, you have the auto attacks, I guess. So.
Okay, and I get 100% base attack bonus damage, so you basically get one more auto attack. Compared to getting a longsword, what does a longsword give it to you?
How much damage it gives? Like, each longsword gives like 8 damage. I don't remember.
10, 10, 10, 10.
10 damage. Yeah, the deep blade gives 8, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, 10. Longsword is 10 damage.
Yes.
So 10 plus 10, 20 damage. And the other gives like on hit 100, like physical.
Yeah, but with longsword you basically lose it every time. Because when you auto attack the minions or you push or you Q, every single time you use the AD.
Yeah.
With Shin it's a cooldown, right? So usually I would go for
the early game. You think like it's better to go double longsword?
I think majority of the cases it's better to go longsword. Yes.
Have you seen like builds from any pro or someone? The early buys of them.
Do they do?
Just wondering. I'm not trying to box it or something.
No. Let's see. Let's check. Like okay, so this guy goes Shin, but is Japan player. So let's see you. Okay, so he goes. Actually,
yeah. If you have gold, like he starts tier. Wait, what? Actually, started tier.
Yeah, but he played against Seraphim AD carry, so we have to get some context as well. Okay, so he goes Shin. Who is the support? So the support is Karma, and he plays against Ash Rel. Okay, so I see that. Let me see. Okay, longsword. Yeah,
his first back was tier longsword, and then he got Shin. I think it depends on the gold, right? Like.
Yeah, but Shin is really like the same, like 2 longsword. So after using an ability, your next attack is enhanced with additional damage. So you basically get an extra auto attack on the Shin. Okay, so they go both. They go Shin, but I think this guy plays mid. He goes longsword. He goes Shin first. Shin again. Yeah, it feels like they go Shin more. I do believe that if you have an all-in support, it might be better to go longsword because you get basically a lot of damage with each spell you do a physical damage, you have more physical damage, so you can actually do more damage with the spells. Shin, I do believe that Shin is better if you have like a Karma or a Yumi and you want to play around your Q.
For the poke.
For the poke, yeah, I think.
Yeah, so if you play poke, you go Shin. If you play all-ins, you go the...
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I get it.
That's what I would do. Okay, let's see what you're going to do right now. So you're pretty low mana. Let's see, are you going to stay here? Okay. So in the beginning, when you actually keep pushing and you stayed, this was fine because Caitlyn was low and you had enough mana to poke. Look at this. Let me show you. You have 160 mana, so she's quite low, and you don't really have the best recall right here. So this is actually pretty good what you're doing. You're pushing, and with jungle was top. We saw him, and you're pretty healthy. This is good. The thing is, after you push this, you have 1100 gold, so you have the perfect amount of gold that you can have. We want to ask ourselves options. What options do we have? Well, option number 1 is stay and poke. Option number 2 is just recall. How do you choose between them?
Well, like looking back at it, recalling there is the best thing you can do.
True, actually. But why?
Because we don't see the enemy jungler.
True.
So if we stay, he might like decide to come and maybe take a summoner of mine or even kill us.
Okay.
And you have insane buy, so if Caitlyn decides to grid and push and not go back in time, you can stay like in the lane with TR and Shin or double longsword, and she stays like with the Doran's blade or I don't know longsword, but it's started. And you have the tempo, I think.
Yeah. So the way you decide here is that sometimes you can even stay here even if you have a good buy, if you know you can actually exert it or have so much pressure that you can potentially kill the Caitlyn. Like if the Caitlyn is like a really low HP and you have full mana, I would stay even though I have a good buy. But in this case, she is low, but your mana is like not really the best.
Nothing
right?
I can get that.
And you have a good buy. So in this specific situation, since you can't really kill her in the tower, I would always recall. Always. So the fact that you keep pushing and staying is bad in terms of the 2v2, but it's also bad in terms of the enemy jungle being able to gank you. So in this case, with that being said, you should have recalled. But if you actually plan to stay, what should you do right now with the wave? 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, what should you do with the wave right now? Now.
If I stay right now.
Yeah.
At the state of the wave there.
Yes.
Either like the next wave is a cannon wave.
Yes.
So
well,
I
we
guess,
don't know. We don't know that yet.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. We either need to crash the next wave instantly.
Okay.
And
so you crash this. So what do you do now?
So here.
Yeah, after you crash, what do you do now? Let's say you don't recall, which is bad, but let's say you don't recall. Yeah.
Start hitting the next wave to kill it and recall after. Or
okay.
Like,
but why do you need to push this wave to recall?
Well, you don't need to. I should instantly recall, but maybe start a slow push or even let the wave come. Yeah, we have Nunu pathing to me, so the best thing is maybe let them push and they get baited and get ganked by Nunu.
What's the other advantage of letting the wave to come into you?
We are more HP than them, so if they grid, we can make it an all-in and kill them. Caitlyn is really low.
And what is
and
the
we
other?
Won't get ganked by Fiddlesticks.
Yes, we don't know where is Fiddlesticks right now.
Yeah, so I don't know, pushing it, even if I decide to stay there is int.
Yes.
Really.
So you see, these are like multiple mistakes. Yes, you didn't recall, but even the fact that you stayed and you kept pushing was very bad. So look at this. Now Fiddlesticks can path towards you very easy. And if you let the wave to come into you, Karma can still poke Caitlyn. This is why you burn flesh. You see this?
Yeah,
it's always gonna happen. And exhaust. So here we kind of killed our support. Kind of. So this should have been much better. This play should never exist. We should have recalled a while ago and it's gonna be... Okay, what did we do here? Okay, so what do you want to do right now with the wave?
Well, I think it's like slow pushing to the enemy team.
Yes.
So I wanted to crash it and reset, to be honest. That was my thinking then.
So how do you plan to crash right now?
Well, it's hard to do it because I have no mana and I'm like 10 HP.
So then what should you do here?
Maybe instant recall, like accept it and recall instantly without...
True, but then the wave is gonna go slowly into her.
Yeah, I asked Tari for help for the wave.
Exactly, but you ask now. You ask now because you asked now. Now she's okay. Is she gonna like? Oh shit, bro! I'm gonna help the Ezreal. No, I'm watching the mid wave. That's all.
Yeah.
So this is like late. Really late. And now they should freeze here. So what do we have? Recall timings. We need to think more about our gold and how much pressure we can have on lane by staying. Because if you could have killed Caitlyn there, you don't need to recall, but in terms of your gold, you had Sheen, well, you had double longsword Tier or Sheen, and you couldn't kill Caitlyn at all, so you should have recalled a long time ago. Wave management, when pushing helps your lane, when perma pushing helps your lane, helps you win your lane, but you don't know where is the enemy jungle, letting the wave to come into you is optimal.
Okay,
let's see what they're gonna do. Are they gonna freeze here?
I don't know, like I have a lot of the Caitlyn mindset as well, the slow push and crash the wave, slow push, crash wave, but I don't think the other way, that sometimes you need to let the wave come to you, freeze it. Or,
even on Kate, it's the same concept, as in, I want to push, I want to kill those kids, bro, in the tower. I want to get plates, but I don't know where is the jungle. So in this case, I can't push like a psychopath because I'm going to get ganked. So it's the same concept also with Kate. So this is also going to help with Kate.
Respecting the jungle is a must fix.
Yes. Like, I would perma push, but if I know that if the enemy jungle comes, I insta die, and I don't know where he is, I will stop pushing. That's basically it. And in this case, I would always, without any exception, get refillable potion. If you have to, like, if you have 300 gold and you can get like boots and you have no potions, I would still not get boots and I would get refill.
Yeah.
especially in a Caitlyn lane.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, it's really good because no matter what happens, you play aggressive, refillable helps you. Play defensive, refillable helps you. It's good gold efficiency wise item. Let's see how you play this one right here. Okay. Ooh, very bad. Very, very bad. So this is already bad. So here you should play very patiently. Don't double, no, don't E now. Go like this. He's gonna hit his ball, you W, then you E. When you hit the W, because you E now, you just hit your E on the minion. And now I have no E. This guy can actually outplay you guys. If he just traps here, she flashes the ball, maybe she can get a kill because she has a big wave. So you really need to be more patient here. Look at this. Now you should have looked to WE. And you should should W, E into her face, Q, and she's fucked. Because you E into her minion.
I could pressure her more if I walked instead of
Eing
instantly.
Yeah,
you're right.
It doesn't put the traps, it doesn't do anything wrong. What are you gonna do right here? So
well, you can freeze and reset.
True. So you can what? You can freeze and reset, freeze and stay, or try to hard push. Hard push is the worst because you have very slow push with the Ezreal wave clear and need to push this wave and next one. Freeze and
like freezing and resetting and buying the item on Trinity. I don't remember how it's called.
Yeah, the X.
Yeah, the axe, hardbound axe, I think it's called.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do that. You can trim the wave a little bit and then you can recall. Freezing and staying. You're a bit junk, but you can also. Yeah, well, it wouldn't be that bad to do that because you have a bit of stack of bloodline and you have 3% of the blade. You have 700 gold. Yeah, you can just freeze and recall. But if you had refillable potion,
I'd press it and stay.
Yeah, and you can get more XP. Because now if you recall theoretically, and you should recall like now. $5. If you have problems improving and getting better in the game faster but cannot afford booking coaching, on my Patreon you can access more than 627 VOD reviews, premium videos about how to wave management, mid-game macro, and tier lists that will show you the best champions to climb and to improve for your elo. And these are not on YouTube, this is only on Patreon, they're exclusive. Moreover, you can participate in the free coaching waiting list to get a premium VOD review. I'm giving away 2 free VOD reviews every single week. All what you need to do is simple 2-step process. Subscribe to my Patreon and share your OPGG and voila, you are on the waiting list. You're gonna get a personalized VOD review for any game in your match history. For just $5, you get not only the free VOD review, but a whole bunch of exclusive benefits that will supercharge your gaming experience. It's a small investment for a big return. And it's just $5, it's no brainer, right? But here is the deal, you've got to act quickly. The waiting list is already filling up fast. 55 people already subscribed to the Patreon and there are 6 people that they already are on board, they are on the waiting list. And more are joining every moment. Now, do you want to secure your spot for a free VOD review? Go ahead on my Patreon and reserve it right now.